Hello everyone and welcome back to our online multiplayer tutorial series. In the first part we went over the basics of how replication works and what we can do to replicate data across to the server and clients. In this episode I want to talk about relevancy and what it is and how we use it. So relevancy is a way to optimize your network traffic so you don't have all the data in the world going over to every single client. Now, not every single client needs to know everything that's going on. Okay, you have to decide when players need to know certain things. So, for example, if you're playing a game of Fortnite, player A on one side of the map opens a door of a house. Player B, who's on another side of the map, won't need to know that door's opened. Okay, because they may never go over there. And imagine if the server had to transmit that data across all the players, then you can see where network traffic can quickly build up, especially when you start layering on all the other stuff that's being replicated across the network. So we have to be optimizing our game using relevancy. So there are various options for relevancy, and the default one is net cold distance, which we'll talk about last. So let's talk about the other three. So we've got always relevant, only relevant owner, and net use owner relevancy. And you can find these options in the class defaults in the replication section, and there are these various tick boxes. Now, you don't want to tick all of them. Ideally, you only tick one of them. There is an order of operations, so some do take priority over others, but I always recommend trying to just pick one. So we'll start off with always relevant first of all. So always relevant is basically every single client connected to the server will replicate that actor. So one thing to note, by the way, is that the server is boss and will know everything that's going on. The server controls everything. The clients are just there to watch the show. And so, for example, if I were to go with the top client here on the left, I've got clients on the left and server on the right. If I go over with the first client and open the door, it is replicated across the other client and the server. The server is doing all the legwork. The other two are just watching the servers, basically watching what the server's world's doing. And that's the same for the bottom client. They can both interact with it and so forth. Okay, so always relevant, self-explanatory. Okay, it's always going to be replicated no matter what, no matter where you are in the world, how far away you are. It's always going to transmit. The best use for always relevant is for things that are game mode important. So things like flag positions on Capture the Flag or King of the Hill positions and things like that. Things that everyone needs to know at all times. So the next option we got is only relevant owner. So only relevant to owner means that the owner is the only one that replicates that data from the server. So I've set this door up to set the interactor as the owner. So I've got the bottom client here, and let's just turn my other one around so you can see both of the client and the other client. So if I go with the bottom one here and interact with this door, notice it only replicates for the one that I actually controlled. Okay, that's because I've set the door to set the owner as the person who opens the door. Okay. Now, it looks weird on the other client view screen because I'm clipping right through the geometry. So, why is it doing that? Well, the server member is king. The server determines what the hell is going on. So, the other two are trying to replicate the server's sort of world. Now, the server's world is true. The other two realities are trying to do the best they can to replicate it. So, you get sort of fill in the blanks type thing. So, we get this sort of weird glitch where it looks like it hangs on the door a little bit, but then we'll update the position. Now it knows where it is. Okay. So one thing to note is that when we switch owner, you'll notice something very odd happens. So if I switch to the other client and then interact with the door, so now the door belongs to the top client. Notice what happens to the bottom client. The door disappears. So the reason why that's happening is because it's basically saying that door is no longer relevant to that client. Okay, it's not being loaded onto their screen, it's been unloaded. It is still there though. So if I go with client 3, I can't walk through it. Okay, it's an invisible wall. That's again because it is what you're seeing here on the server is what is actually in the world. Okay, so to the client, it can't move past it. Okay, can't work it out. So there is currently a bug, I believe, in Unreal. I haven't checked it out fully, but it should come back. So if I interact with the ghost client at the bottom here, and open the door, see the door open on the server, you'll see it disappear from the top client, but it should, in theory, return to the bottom client. So I'm currently in 4.2.5, and I'm not too sure why it's not working. I assume it's a bug, as it used to work. So we'll keep an eye on that to fix, and I'll let you know as of and when Epic fix that, or if I find a workaround. But at the moment, that's what that is. So the third option we got here is net use owner relevancy. So similarly, you need an owner for this thing to be replicated. So this thing here, we're going to again interact with it and set the owner to the one that interacts with it. But notice what happens to the top client screen when I interact with it with the bottom client. Okay, so the door is replicated to the other client. So how does that work? Well, net use owner relevancy basically says this door now is using the relevancy settings of the owner, this guy that's jumping, okay? And this guy that's jumping has a net cold distance, which we'll go through in a minute, of a very large number. And because the other client is within range of this other client, it will now see the door, replicate the door. Comes in very useful for when you're doing like large open worlds and you want to see what other players are doing. So battle royales come in quite handy for this, for example. And yeah, that's basically what that is. So I mentioned net cold distance. The net cold distance is the default setting. So if you don't tick nothing, this is what you get. Now, by default, the number for this is very, very large. I made it a lot shorter so we can actually see and demonstrate what's going on here. So let me just turn the server camera around so we can actually see things and the other client. So net cold distance basically says if you're close enough, replicate it. If you're not close enough, don't replicate it. Simple as that. But it is by viewport, not by client. Not by player, sorry. So for example, if I go with the bottom client here and I step him in, but I don't move the camera into the circle, I can interact with it and you see it open in the server window, but not in the client view. But if I walk forwards and bring the camera into that circle, notice what happens. Okay, it updates, it replicates. So it saw that this is now relevant, and therefore update. Now it's a snap movement. Okay, there is a fix around that which we'll go through another time. But that is what net cold distance does. Okay, so if it's within range, can you see it? Can you do it? Now because the other client is not in range, it does not see that relevancy. But if I bring that client into relevancy, bring the camera in. Okay, so you saw that one snap open. So now if I go back to my other client, you can see now, if I open the door, it is now replicated because that viewport is also now in range. Okay, and that is the general gist of relevancy. Okay, so it's a way to optimize network traffic based on what things are relevant. Okay, so when you're planning out your game and your level design and so forth, keep in mind what kind of things you need to be relevant at all times, what things need to be relevant to certain players, and what things need to be relevant based on distance. Okay, and that will help you set out and lay out your gameplay. And the better you do this, the less lag you have, the more in sync game you'll have with all the different players. So win-win-win. And that kind of brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you guys have learned a little bit how relevancy works and a bit more about how online multiplayer works. In the next part, we'll go through actually how I made these doors. So how do you make an online compatible door? One that can be replicated at least. So if you want to watch that next episode, you can head over to patreon.com/Ryan Daly. We can watch that part plus many other videos before anyone else for just $1. Now, there are plenty of resources on there, a load of benefits as well, like exclusive content, project files and so forth. So please go check it out and see what's available on there. Big shout out and thank you to all of my patrons and YouTube members for their continued support. None of this would be possible without you guys, so thank you again so much. If you are watching this and you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss out on any future content and my live streams. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.